Welcome home, Rep Pack. Marcus here, and welcome to Comfort Cartoons, the show where I collect absolutely everything from the late 90s, 2000s, all the way to the modern day. And I'm also trying to create the world's biggest Spongebob and the world's biggest Nickelodeon collection. But not just that, the founder and CEO of the show was made to walk the plank by the Backyardigans.
Now get up there and walk the plank.
What do we do with the scurvy pirate? What do you treat him with respect? That's not cool. You don't do that to people or dogs.
But they said it sounded like fun.
Man, I tried to give Daisy a bath. She doesn't think it's fun. You do not think that's fun. But I hope you beautiful people are having an amazing day. If you guys aren't, you know the drill. Vintage Nickelodeon collection time. Camera flip. It's about to get a whole lot brighter, Rep Pack, because your boy is here. And today is going to be an awesome day because it is one of those videos where I bought someone's entire Nickelodeon collection and we are going to be adding it to our collection. But not just that, of course, whenever I do these collection hauls, I try to make sure I get them for a good price because obviously collecting and adding all this stuff into the collection get very expensive. So being able to do it in a lot saves me a lot of money and gets us a lot of new inventory here to the collection at a reduced price. So we're going to be covering the collection based off of $120 is what I paid for this entire collection. It's a full bin of stuff down here right now. So $120 right now, Mr. Krabs Buckaroos, Mr. Krabs Doubloons on screen here is what we are trying to beat. And sorry if I sound a little weird today, guys. I'm a little under the weather. My allergies are going crazy right now. And it's also like 50 degrees in the room we're filming
Yeah.
in. It is super cold, so this is not the perfect situation for me to be
Recovering
in, but nonetheless, I want to do this video for you guys, and I'm excited. I've been sitting on this collection for almost a month now, waiting to do this video, so I just want to get this stuff out so I can check it out and check it out with you guys. So this is actually two collections that I bought put together in one container, totaling a price, like I said, of $120. We're gonna be pulling all the items out, checking them out, of course, talking about them a little bit, going through those nostalgic waves that we all feel, but not just, yeah, I don't know why I did that. Just don't film down there. That's the wave you don't want to see right now, okay? But comparing the prices to what they go for online or based off what we think they go for, based off of our knowledge of collecting this stuff pretty much every day. So let's go ahead and get into this. I can't wait to check it out, and dude, you're gonna be mind blown.
I'm so excited.
By some I don't even remember most of what's in here, but I know like one or two items and they're absolute bangers. I couldn't believe the deal that I got it for. Let's do it. And of course, we're gonna be pulling out some SpongeBob Green Label merch, so I'm already prepared for it. If you guys want to pick up your Green Label shirt, link is down below. But we're gonna start off with some other stuff because, like I said, we have some SpongeBob stuff for sure. But let's see some of the other items in here that we never add any of this stuff to the collection. So let's take a look. So first off, we got Cool Timmy.
Timmy? Dude, you look positively popular.
So this has gotta be most cursed products of all time. So
wait, why is it cursed?
I mean, he's kind of cute. First off, Fairly Odd Parents characters just don't really transition that well into plushie.
Especially when you look to the side a little bit.
Yeah, they just don't really work the best. At least he doesn't have the Mr. Crocker effect where his ear is on his neck. But
that's true.
when I got this guy in the box, originally he was like,
what the heck are you doing?
Yeah, popping his head open. Ready for this?
What the heck?
When I got the box out, it was like this. I was like, what in the world am I looking at? What kind of monstrosity is going on? Is this like what happens if you're channel surfing and they cut your cable? This is really weird. So how this works is this is a interchangeable, like a reversible plushie.
Don't know if I like that.
Yeah, well the thing is that Fairly Odd Parents plushies don't really work that well already, and then you're gonna go, whoa man, like you're really pushing your luck there. Let me show you how this actually works though. So let me see here. So I think you just shove this in like this. Bam! So then we have a also equally as ugly Timmy, regular Timmy. He kind of looked better when he was cool. So there's a little damage on the eye right there. I guess we'll dock that a little bit. Nothing crazy, but you can see it's kind of cracked there. And I think that's due to the fact of like, whichever one you have inside is going to over time get kind of formed in that shape.
Yeah.
And since the eyes aren't printed on there, that's just gonna leave that damage long term. So I kind of would rather it be Cool Timmy, you know?
At least you have something that looks unique too.
Exactly. So we're gonna put Cool Timmy back out here. I just want to show you how it works. Come back out, Cool Timmy.
Remarkably better.
This is like you in middle school. You're like, yeah, I want to be cool. I want to fit in. Let me just suppress the old me inside of my head. I probably saw this way too metaphorical than I needed to. But this is Cool Timmy. They do have a Cosmo and Wanda as well, where Cosmo and Wanda can actually be inverted into their goldfish forms.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, there's some cool Fairly Odd Parents plushies out there. Some some not so good, like this one, and some like this one. There's some. It's a very mixed bag. I do want to collect more of them down the line, hopefully, but there's just very few and far between you run to Fairly Odd Parents items. Very limited printing on all of the stuff. But let's go ahead and price Timmy. I don't really know what he goes for, so I'm gonna have to do some little research real quick here. So like I said, Fairly Odd Parents stuff, it does not stay around for long because it's very limited when it comes out. You don't see a lot of it. This item's no longer available because it's sold for $40 and $5 shipping. $26. I mean, they're all kind of in that range. It was Scary Terry just came up. So there we have the Timmy. I'm gonna go with, I mean, there's a lower one for 30 bucks. Let's go with that one. I think. Yeah, so let's go with 30 bucks as the median price. There's one for 26 too. Let's just keep this low, so if we clear that price.
25?
Yeah, 25. Let's go low, we'll clear the price, like just destroy it. So 25 bucks for inverted Timmy here. Which is crazy, right, for this little ring dinger plush?
Yeah, it's wild.
That's how, you know, like, I mean, we get Spongebob plushies this size with way better quality, and they're like 12, you know, 15 bucks. But because Fairly Odd Parents merch is like kind of limited, that's a pretty big banger there. So already we've got $25 into our total for beating 120. Let's check out our next item. You want me to keep it diverse, or you want me to get spongy in this pineapple?
Let's do one more diverse.
Okay.
And then a sponge.
I see you community colleges, you try to get diverse. All right, let's check it out. So I'm gonna pull this out just so we can get really close to destroying that value.
Oh.
So this is gonna seem random. This is The Adventures of Pete and
What
Pete.
the heck?
So many of you guys may not remember this show.
Including me.
Yes, this is very, very early Nick. This is 1993.
Ooh.
And unlike, you know, a lot of the shows that came on in the early 90s, like for example, Ren and Stimpy, Rugrats, Rocco, this show was not syndicated to the same extent to where they played reruns up until, you know, the 2010s. This show, it came out, you know, they had shows that aired, and it was pretty popular at the time. And then once it kind of ended, the show kind of fell into obscurity. So Pete right here,
Which one's Pete?
they're both Pete. This is young Pete right here, and this is his older brother. And they both, it's kind of like a coming of age story, except for this kid was born with a tattoo.
What?
Named Petunia.
Okay.
And he was just born with a tattoo. We have some of the items, like this hat we have in the collection. There's a couple of different things we have in the collection that are Pete and Pete, but it's a very obscure show on the scheme of things, but people that grew up during that time remember it very fondly. But because of that, they only released one DVD collection, and that's this right here. You can get Pete and Pete, The Adventures of Pete and Pete season 1, and they have season 2 as well. And the only way to pick them up is through this Nickelodeon Rewind collection, which was released along with Clarissa Explains, all of that, and a few other Rewind collection boxes. We have the Clarissa Explains one here in the collection, but since then, this is the only releaseal to be able to have The Adventures of Pete and Pete on DVD. And I dare say they don't even have this on Paramount Plus. So if you want to watch the show, you would have to get the DVD. And that's why I'm such a big advocator for physical media, because if you're a fan of certain things, like for example Nickelodeon as we are, you don't want to be, you know, held hostage by streaming services of what you can watch and what you can't watch based off of what ones they think are worth keeping up there and what ones they don't think are worth there. I don't understand how Paramount Plus, Disney Plus hasn't found a way to put literally everything on there. They say it's due to a space issue, but I mean, YouTube has literally like what, a bajillion hours of content uploaded every single day, and somehow all of it sustains on there. So I don't really know if that's true. There's just no way they could figure out how to have all of their media on there. I'm sure there's a way that you could possibly do that, but nonetheless, we have it right here. And what do you think this would go for?
I mean, just for the obscurity, I'd say like at least 25 bucks. I don't even
25 bucks? I actually thought you'd say lower, like maybe like 15, 10.
No, because I know like some of the SpongeBob DVDs go for like 10 sometimes, so it's always like probably like 25.
Okay, so we're gonna check it out. So you guys can see some of them, like this one right here is new and it's sold for new other, which is probably means it's opened and you just never used it. That one sold for 90. This one 25, like Mitchell said, and this one's 45. So let's just go with the base number of, what do you think, 35?
That's pretty much in the middle. Yeah, I'd say 35 is good.
Yeah, so 35 in total. So there is, all in total for this Pete and Pete setup, you need season 1 and then season 2 is the only DVDs that they have for this. So that kind of completes your series right there. It does come as well too with special features that you would not get in a streaming streaming service, like 4 bonus specials. You have 2 Pete and Pete shorts, an audio commentary with some of the actors and the co-creators, a music station, and a few other things as well. So that it's an amazing disc set here. But on that note, we're gonna add 35 to our total. So just 2 items were like 30, 35 bucks. So what does that bring us to? 60?
Already half, yeah.
So 60 bucks, we're already halfway to our 120 with just 2 items here. You guys get to learn, you know, some stuff that you might want to look for out there, but not just that, the values on them if you have in your collection or if you do find them. All right, can we get spongy now?
Oh yeah, something spongy.
Yes! I have been waiting for you to say let's get spongy.
It's always a good time to get spongy.
Should we get sponge plushie or sponge spongy?
Ooh, I'm kind of curious what spongy is.
Okay, the sponge spongy. We do have this in the collection, but I wasn't gonna leave it out of the lot. We have the, I told you, we got some green label fire in here. We have the Spongebob 55961 model
very
here.
Specific.
I just read off the back here. The Spongebob green label squeeze toy. So this is one of the earliest wave of products that they released for Spongebob. As I've said, it's this guy right here, and then that little figurine set right there you see with all 3 of them in one box set. And then also, ironically, right next to it is that Spongebob bobblehead. Those are some of the first like physical products other than plushies and t-shirts that came out for the Spongebob franchise. And this guy right here, we do have in the collection. You guys can see it back there, but a beautiful piece. You squeeze him, he's got a total of 3 quotes, because you know, nowadays, man, we pick up a toy at the thrift, that thing's got like 100 different phrases. I'm like, wow. You can have a full-blown conversation and relationship with this thing with 100 phrases. I know people that have less phrases than that. So this one only has 3 phrases. It does not work right now, but that's just because the batteries inside it have gone dead, which leads me to wonder sometimes, like, if it may be worth it to some cases just to open the products up just so that batteries don't deteriorate out of them, you know?
I guess it depends on like how far of you want to go into collecting scene of that, yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. I know for like a lot of collectors for Toy Story, like Buzz Lightyears, the Buzz Lightyears famously have battery packs inside of them. And if they corrode, eventually it'll corrode the inside of the item itself. It's just Buzz Lightyear is very technical based. It could then corrode the product. But it's really that question. You're like, okay, do I open it slightly to get the batteries out and preserve it? Or do I leave it sealed and keep it sealed as is because that's, you know, what most people are looking for, right?
Yeah, because it's like, how do you get that out without damaging it, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's a tough dilemma, and I still, even myself, haven't found an answer for that yet. So I just leave them sealed. But there is that question of like, for some of the products that we have, like for example, these figures down here, they came with batteries. So in theory, would it be better in some ways to open them up, take those batteries out, and then restore them? I don't know. I mean, that's a collecting debate for all time, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we have this guy right here. We also have the famous pink eyelashes SpongeBob prototype that never came out. Let's go ahead and take a look at the value on him. I'm assuming probably somewhere between 20 to 40 bucks. That's a pretty big range though, so let's find a fine number. Average, you can see very consistently it sells for about 29, 27, 29. Squidward's a little bit cheaper because, you know, they always do Squidward dirty. You know, so around that range, 90 bucks for all of them. So essentially 30 bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, 30 bucks is a solid number for this guy. So 30 bucks. Another $30 item. The $30 bill is coming out every single
All
one.
you need is
now.
another $30 item.
Let's get another $30 item out of here, actually. I'm keeping it spongy. So this one is actually a relatively rare plushie. So if you ever see this guy out there, it is an instant pickup. That is the Bookworm Spongebob.
Whoa.
Yeah, so he's not a very, you know, he doesn't look like very much, right?
Not from the front, no.
Yeah, so he's just a normal SpongeBob plushie here, but on the back here, he actually has a Velcroed little book on his back. So he has a little story to go with him. So it says, "Hi, I'm SpongeBob. My trusty backpack holds everything I need. My crusty crab hat and my jellyfishing net and..."
Gary.
What? Gary, what are you doing in here? So it has a little story with it. There's also a Jimmy Neutron version of this as well. And there also is prototypes of them where all the pages are blank.
Ooh.
But this little backpack SpongeBob is actually a pretty rare item. You do not see these guys very commonly. So let's go ahead and take a price check-in on him. I don't know exactly. I'm gonna say at least over $25, which is a lot for a tiny little plushie like this. So for this one, we could only find a listing price one. So there's that, it's that uncommon that there's literally not another one online besides the one that's going for $49. But I think that's kind of reaching for the sky. But I think this guy right here is probably about 25 bucks. Let's go with 25 on it, half of what their listing price is.
So we need $5.
$5? Okay, let's get non-spongy for a bit. Let's get $5 okay?
Little Lincoln.
We've been looking for this for a long time. So you see over there where Angelica is, the plushie?
Oh,
we
yeah.
have Reptar, we have Tommy, and we have Chucky.
Ooh.
Those cups, those mugs, if you will, were made by Applause, and I love them so much. They're so cute, and not just that, like just nostalgic too. Drinking from those cups, the new Looney Tunes ones they had as a kid, I loved a lot too. So these ones weren't released. Like the Looney Tunes ones, I think they had those at like Burger King or like McDonald's. These ones were just released as toys, and we finally have the one we needed, the Angelica.
Hey.
So now we have the Angelica to add to the crew. I gotta go get the rest of them so we can see them all together. I've had these guys in the collection for like well over 4 years. These are some of the oldest items I have in the collection here. But now we finally just got 4 years in the making. We just got the Angelica to go with them. Oh man, that is just a sick freaking setup right there.
You wouldn't even know they're cups either from like this angle.
They just look like a totem pole, right? If you stack them like this, that's how I used to have them displayed. It just looks like a really cool Rugrats like totem pole.
You dumb babies!
That is so sick.
So, I mean, you can use them as cups, use them for whatever you want, but I'm just glad we finally have Angelica. These are from 1997. 97, man. So let's take a look here. I don't know. I'm assuming maybe $5 to $15. We'll find out for Angelica. Okay, so Mitchell found one right here, which is a lot of 3 for $30 with $7 shipping. This one is 16 by itself with free shipping, so I mean, it's gonna cost at least $5 to ship that, guy. So let's just go with $10 for the Angelica mug here. It's such a long-awaited $10 item here, but I knew eventually I would get it in some circumstance, so that's why I held out. And typically I would wait to add that to the collection, but I can't. I just couldn't. So I already added her in there. Oh, it's such a sick setup,
It's so
dude.
perfect.
So Angelica is there with the crew now. So now we are $5 over the price paid. Dude, literally,
It just seems like there's nothing, yeah.
this and that guy back there, that just shows you too how hard it is to get some of this stuff, you know? Like it's we got some really rare items out here to start off. I mean, obviously
you got 3 straight off the wrap right there.
they were
yeah.
super rare, so I kind of wanted to get that out the way. Now we're just checking stuff out here, and it's all fun and games for the rest of the way. So now this is all in the clear. Let's do it. So next up we have Tyrone, we have Pablo, and the least ethnic sounding name, we have Austin. So Austin, Tyrone, and Pablo. These are the Ty plushies. I do believe I already have Pablo, but he is in not as good a shape as this one is. So I'll probably be swapping this Pablo out with the other Pablo we have in the collection. We do not have Tyrone and we do not have Austin. So those are brand new to the collection. So next up, all we need for the Ty setup here is the Tasha and Unique would have finished this setup, but we do have these 3. So this was also in the same lot with the Angelica and stuff. So we're just putting it in one big lot, not Big Lots, the store that you probably don't go to, but
that one right there.
yeah, not like this one. A store you don't probably go to that often, but sometimes maybe think about it and you're like, nah. All right, so let's go ahead and check these guys out. But oh my gosh, they are so cute. I loved Backyardigans as a kid. I myself was at the age where Backyardigans was kind of phasing out for me, but I was still kind of, you know, one of those guys, one of those kids that still watched shows were a little young for me, just because maybe nothing else was on and I didn't mind it. And not just that, I kind of had like the trifecta of childhood. Like I really got lucky. I have an older sister who was there for the 80s, so she always kind of influenced me and showed me some of the shows, or she would have on TV some of the shows from the late 80s, early 90s, and then I had my childhood through the late 90s, early 2000s, and then I had a niece and my sister's daughter who was living in our house for many years as well too, so I also got a little taste of that 2007 and onward era as well. So I really got to get that full spectrum of animation. So I watched with my niece a lot of early cartoons, and one of the ones I could tolerate the most and had the most fun with was Backyardigans.
Yeah, because some of them are quite interesting to watch.
Yeah. Okay, so looking through them, the price kind of fluctuate. Like Austin can go for 25, and that's pre-owned without the tags. Then you have this one for 30, you know what I mean? So it's 5, but then there's some where it's like 16, but then Austin can be 18, 29 for Tyrone with the tags. All 4 of them for 30. Let's just do 25 for all 3.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty solid. I mean, if they're 4 or 30, you know.
Yeah, so there we go. $25 for all 3 of the Backyardigans. A lot of plush, but that's some of my favorite stuff to collect, so I'm glad we got so much plush today. All right, let's check out the next one here. So next up we have 2 pieces here. So we have 2 Rugrats blisters here. We have the Party Favor playing cards 4-pack and also Party Favor pop-ups. Oh my goodness, dude, 89 cents. Look at the detail on these two. So it's all of them on like pogo sticks, and as they pogo, they actually stamp different colors so you could use it as a Party Favor. You know dang well, dude. First off, if they had these, they wouldn't be this detailed. But if they did have them, this 4-pack at like Five Below would be $5.
Oh, at a minimum.
And we would consider that a deal.
Yeah, we would think it was. Yeah.
But these guys, back in the day, were going for 89 cents. How could they even produce them for that cheap?
Yeah, it makes you wonder, like, why can't they just making stuff? I mean, even if it's like $1, you know?
Yeah, that's crazy. So we have the Party Favors cards, though. You can see a little sampling of what the cards look like inside there, but of course, we're gonna be keeping these guys brand new sealed because it's just nice to see them on their blister card. You can see a look at the back here. It shows some of the other party items as well, so you can take a look shot at that one. You can take a look here. Oh man, that Reptar wristband is really cool. Those Phil Clacker balls is really dope too. So this is from 98. This is from the Terra company. I have no clue on the price of these guys to kind of add to our total here, but nonetheless, this is an awesome setup here, and it's very, very unlikely you're gonna find blister packs still sealed for Rugrats, and of course, we will not be using this for any party. We'll have a party for them still being sealed. All right, so let's take a look here, but a banger setup there. So here we found these ones right here. They are $29 for the stamp favors, and personally, I think these ones are way cooler. The pogo stick. Look at how cute Susie is. You have Angelica there. You have Tommy, Chucky. They're all adorable, and I love the pogo stick effect. That one is not sold though. I say we just go for both of them. We're $30 is the price for today. I'm thinking $15 each. Bring that together for 30 bucks. We could be a little high maybe on those, but we've been pretty low on everything else, so I think that's fair at 15 bucks each. So what I'll usually do is, like, if they already have a lot, I'll just say, like, if you have anything else Nickelodeon in your house, I'm talking games, DVDs, you name it, you can put it in there and we can add it to the total. So I reached out to them for all their media stuff, and hey man, we got a little stack here.
Ooh.
Boom. And
already, yeah.
yes.
Dang.
So let's take a look here. So I got this from Gordo, from Lizzie McGuire, the love interest. So we have Nicktoons Volcano Island on the DS, which I think I already have that on the DS, but I always get these cartridges whenever we can because I don't want to have to open up the box, get stuff slightly damaged every time I do it. So I love having the loose cartridges of the games. We have Spongebob's Boating Bash, and we also have Nicktoons Attack of the Toy Bots, all three on the DS. You know where that's going to be going, our cartridge tin. And then we also have Rocket Power Zero Gravity Zone. But now for this dude, I am hyped on this. Nick Picks Volume 4. Now this is a rare one, dude. You never see this guy. It is almost as rare as Nick Picks Volume 5. Volume 5 is like the rarest one. You never see Volume 5. But most people don't even know it went past 3. So Volume 5 is really the hardest one to get, but it has the insert in there. It even has the dang freaking Nick Magazine sign up. And it also has, of course, the disc. An awesome compilation disc here, though. It contains All Grown Up, SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents, the X's. Do you remember the X's?
Barely.
I always thought the X's was like a ripoff of the Replacements.
True.
But they're completely different shows. Here's a little clip from the X's. For the 6 people that remember that, if you remember the X's, let us know.
Shiver me timbers, it's Peppy's Lagoon, Peppy's Lagoon, Peppy's Lagoon, goon, goon.
So that's Nick Picks 4 right there. It has, like I said, it also has a Danny Phantom, My Life as a Teenage Robot, literally a perfect little compilation disc there. If you just want to throw this on the TV, I love these Nick Picks here because it's like you don't have to watch one specific show, like picking on Paramount Plus. You have to watch all the episodes in a row. This gives you a nice little variety. So that's Volume 4 there. We also have the Nick Extravaganza number 2 here. So this is another compilation disc of many different ones. It even has Chalk Zone right there. You can see Rudy to Booty there. And again, this one's got the insert in there, and also the disc is super freaking clean. Now next up we have 2 video games we do not have in the collection, and one is Jimmy Neutron Jet Fusion. I didn't even know that Jet Fusion had a video game until I got this in. This is crazy. So here's some footage of the Jet Fusion video game. I've played Attack of the Thwonkies, I've played the movie game. I've never played Jet Fusion before, but I'm excited to. You have the disc right there, you have the manual. So a really interesting one here. And of course they have Cindy on the back here from her with her movie model, because that's the model they always use for her. But I gotta check this one out. I've never even knew it had a game. And this game I've been waiting to get into the collection for a long time. I'm hoping we can find on the Wii, because that's the one I played as a kid. But we have the Nicktoons MLB game.
Whoa.
Yes, so you can see you have some of the iconic Nicktoons characters hanging out with some baseball legends. You even have Tough Puppy, dude. Only a handful of Tough Puppy products that exist. You have that baseball seal on there. But what makes this game special is not just the game itself, which I mean, look at the back of this dude. You can also play as Ultra Lord.
Whoa.
Ultra Lord is a playable character. You can also play as the Dutchman. He bats up.
That's sick. What the heck?
There are some great characters in this. But what makes this game especially awesome is it comes with, yes, the disc itself, the manual, but it comes with some Nicktoons trading cards. So these are super hard to find. I've honestly thought about doing a video on this channel where I just buy like 10 copies of this game and we just, yeah, just in roulette try to see how many different cards we get. Let's go ahead and take a look and see which cards we have here. I'm gonna try to do my best card detective work and see what we got. There's 3 cards in each pack and they came with every copy of the game. I think there's maybe 20 cards. I would love to get the complete collection of these MLB cards. They're so cool. So far we already got Brandon Phillips and Zim, second baseman, Zim. And on the back here, I can see from just the text, it says Dudley Puppy. So we have Dudley Puppy and also Troy.
Tulo, yeah, I don't even know.
Troy. And the inside card, what I'm gonna try to do is like push up the top card and see if we can actually get a little visual on who it might be. Okay, so there's a little hole here. The camera cannot pick it up, but I can see it, and it's actually Aang.
Ooh.
It's Aang. So it's Aang from Avatar. I was hoping for SpongeBob, not gonna lie, but we got Zim, Aang, and also Dudley Puppy. If you guys have any of these trading cards and you want to trade them, or I don't have any many to trade really, but if you guys have these trading cards, let me know which ones you guys have. I am interested in trying to get the entire set there though, but I'm gonna keep this bag sealed for right now. But I think that is such an interesting dynamic that they added to this, being Nickelodeon baseball cards. So there we have it, boom, that's going back in there. That is an awesome piece right there. And we'll see how much the game goes for. Like I said, maybe we can do a video buying like maybe 10 copies and see what cards we get as like a little mystery bag and see which ones we get. Okay, so checking them all out, Nick picks 4, goes for about 10 bucks. Extravaganza, another 10 bucks, and another 10 bucks actually for Jet Fusion. So all about $10 each. And then each of these cartridges is about $5 on average, some a little more, some a little less. About $5 on average each. That's another 20 right there. So 30, 20. And then this game right here actually goes complete for $16 to $17. Maybe I can't buy 10 of them. That'd be a lot. But $16 to $17 complete with the manual and the disc. Those ones didn't include the trading cards. So I would presume the trading cards probably brings it up to maybe 25, 30, but we're just gonna go with $20 for the price on that. What does that bring us to?
That is now officially doubled and put us at $250.
Yes, okay, so we are at $250. And dude, we are just scratching the surface of these collections. Okay, let's keep on looking here. So we are at $250. Could this outdo our Cartoon Network haul last time?
It's gonna be close.
The Cartoon Network haul was pretty crazy. We were like in the 600s, 700s.
I think it was like right over 750. Yeah, it was crazy.
All right, we will see where we land. I mean, so far that is our biggest haul yet, which was, I think we paid a little over like maybe 200 bucks for that Cartoon Network haul, and we got to like $700. So this one, we're still a long way from 700, but I also didn't pay 200, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
so let's go ahead and see what else we got out of here. Let's check it out. All right, so some smaller items out of here. So we have a SpongeBob plushie here. Yeah, thumbs up, classic Sponge. We have a Chucky plushie, and we have a Krusty Krab menu here. We have some SpongeBob wristbands, a Forgotten Game. We have Atlantis Squarepantis, and we also have a SpongeBob wallet, and then we have the TMNT wallet. So let's just look at all this stuff right here. So this is your classic SpongeBob Ty plushie. Ty released a bunch of these. This is SpongeBob SpongeBob Thumbs Up from 2004. No tag on it. His condition is okay. I mean, it's pretty worn out here in the back. He looks a little bit light too, like not really.
That's so yellowy, yeah.
Yeah, but I also have noticed a lot of the Ty plushies are kind of like a lighter yellow. But you can see kind of on the top of his head there, it's a little bit more vibrant than it is in the front of his face here. So I don't know what the value on him will be, but he's cute either way, and a new one. We don't have this Ty in the collection, so definitely a win there. We don't have this Applause Chucky. He just got like that. He's got either troll hair, or he kind of looks like that guy. What is it, Baraka or Baka from Street Fighters? He's got a very intense hair here. But Chucky, he's also got a loose mouth there, but it just looks like the string is kind of like stretched out a bit. So I don't even know how that happened, or if it just always was like that. Now I'm just kind of looking at his braces. So you have Chucky there, and also, you know what? His shirt doesn't even have the classic planet on it.
What the heck?
He's got a plain shirt there, which is kind of weird. I mean, I'm sure that's just how the plushie was made, but it's so weird seeing Chucky with a plain shirt. And I've gotten a few of these before in the collection. We have one sealed here in the collection. I think this is about the third loose one I found so far, and they always, without a doubt, have something written inside of it. And look, here we go.
Can't even see what that is.
I don't even know what it's.
It says I'm
10 AWOC. Shout out to I'm 10 AWOC, you know, the owner of this. The other one has more numbers. This one has literally like Doug writing in here where he's filling in his journal. And then this, is that SpongeBob?
SpongeBob with like friggin' the bat wings.
All right, that's the end of that one right there for Flying Colors 2002. It's really easy to remove that as well with an alcohol wipe, but I personally just leave it in there. He's really not that bad. It's kind of just adds to it to me. So that guy, I don't know the price on, but very cute nonetheless. In the back there has SpongeBob's Employee of the Month there. So Squidward's filling out orders. He can always turn around and remind himself who's actually Employee of the Month and who should have got the managerial position at the Krusty Krab 2 from the beginning. We have, I'm gonna assume this is probably very modern. Yeah, 2014. We have some SpongeBob bracelets here, very cute. And we have a SpongeBob wallet here. This is Yellow Label era based off of this tag. So I'm gonna say probably 2010, 2011, 2008. So 2008 right there. From Your Local UR. Never heard of that company before, but still nice little wallet there for SpongeBob. And it looks like probably maybe the same company. So 2014 though, so maybe not. But 2014, we have a TMNT like coin lanyard, which is kind of cool. It's a little lanyard you could actually use to put money in there, some change. And then like I said, Atlantis Square Panties. So we'll add all these small things up, but all of these are brand new to the collection except for mine is this, and that's it. Oh, this too. I think I have this already, but besides those two things, everything else is brand new numbers to the collection for us building it up. Let's go ahead and check them out. Okay, so pricing all these guys out. This guy goes for $15 with free shipping, so we're gonna say $10 like on his best day, like his best day ever. This one right here is another $10 bill with the tag on it. This one goes for about $8. This one goes for about $8. This one goes for about $5. We're just gonna go ahead and put that together for $20. So $20 there, and then five on these. Let's just add another 5 in there for both of those in case we're high on anything else. So we're at $285. I just want to get a bunch of small stuff out there. We have some more small stuff, but let's bring out some of the bigger pieces here. So you know this item is going in the background. So we have a bunch of the different Rugrats like big pieces, whether they be coin banks, cookie jars.
Yeah.
I do not have this one. Look at that head.
Oh no.
You know who that is.
Old Tommy.
That is not freaking Mr. Clean. This is Tommy Pickles. This is the Tommy Coin Bank. And no, I do not have this in the collection. There are similar things, like the Tommy on the ball right there. You have the Tommy with Spike that kind of looks similar, but it is not the same as this bald boy right here, lacking hair. So he is adorable. There's actually some money in it.
You got a little free change?
Yeah, I felt it when I lifted it up. Let's see what we got in there. Don't want to take that applause sticker off.
I'm calling it penny.
Calling it a dime. Both be wrong. It's a nickel. Hey man, this thing is giving returns already. We got a little nickel right there. It's already, I'm adding that into the total. $285.05. All right. But he has got I've seen this guy in the wild once or twice, and he did not have the base piece. So this is the plug. So many coin banks you find out there are donated or thrown out because they're missing that plug. But this one actually has the plug hole on the bottom as well. Let's give him his little nickel back before he starts crying. Comes over here and calls Dee Dee, come beat me up. And then she'll bring out the Lipschitz guide on how to beat someone down. I do not need that right now, so we're gonna give him his nickel back. Tommy is adorable here. I have no clue how much he goes for, but that is such a stature piece, you know?
It's just sick, it's cute.
Like when it comes to the cavern, like I say, we cannot display everything. We just don't have the space. This is a big room as it is. This is the filming setup, so smaller things like, you know, like the game cartridges, some of these blisters, you know, they end up having to go into the vault because they just, from a distance, this looks like nothing on camera, you know?
It's just a blue square.
It is a blue square, but this guy is a perfect cavern candidate because you can see it very, very well from the background, and you will know very, very well that's Tommy with his ball, super iconic, just like all of these guys up here. So we are gonna find a space for Tommy here. That is a perfect little piece to add to the collection, and I love the mold of it. It just screams that nostalgic 90s era. I love it so much. Let's go ahead and add up his value. I don't even necessarily know, but we at least got a nickel, you know, already. Everything's priceless to me though, unbelievable. Okay, so Tommy here goes for, I think he's honestly underpriced. I think he is just too freaking sweet. He goes for about $18. You can see some selling for 18. This one's selling for 12, but with $11 shipping, which you would not cost that much to ship, so about 18 as well, 20. I mean, but that's low when you consider these terrible molds of Mordecai and Rigby are going for $40. I have that Mordecai and Rigby, and they're not worth that. But this guy right here, I think is a really awesome piece, so $18 to me is a steal of a deal. But we'll add that to our total 18 bucks and 5 cents, just to make it harder on Mitchell and Ryan. Because Mitchell has a calculator, Ryan's gonna have to type it in, so sorry Ryan. But a little bit harder on Mitchell, so $303.05. So we have more than doubled it at this point. If we can get this to 360, we have tripled it. Okay, so that's what our goal is at least. I don't know if we're gonna be able to beat the Cartoon Network haul, but at least we can get close for 360. All right, next up we got another big piece here. It came in this shoebox.
What the heck?
Or I don't know if it's a shoebox. This is like a jumbo-sized pencil box, and it's a Chucky doll, and it's a snap box here, but I'm glad they did. Look at how clean that is.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, like, I'm glad that they put it in there because that guy is minty freaking fresh. Like, I've never seen a Rugrats plushie that wasn't in its box that was that clean. He's got his little sleeping hat right here with a little star on it. That is adorable. Chucky's also the only person who sometimes sleeps with his glasses on. Sometimes he wakes up and he has his glasses. Sometimes he wakes up and he doesn't have his glasses. It's just, you know, depending on the episode. But there he does have his iconic Saturn shirt on. His dad must have got that like whole brand in like a setup or something, like some kind of set of clothing. He came with like a day outfit and a night outfit because like he has that in variants. That'd be like you having a shirt and then having that exact same shirt as like slippers, pajamas, cooking apron. It's like how many could you possibly find of that design? Somehow Chaz Finster did it, you know? A man who talks like this can do anything, Mitchell. Let's go ahead and check him out. I think, man, like the mold on him is beautiful. Most Rugrats plushies, they are beat to oblivion. So you know what? I'm gonna put him back in this little pencil box like they had him. He goes for 15. Some of the ones that were selling for 15 were not nearly as good a shape as him though, but we're still gonna give him a $15 bill on screen for Chuck Man. I'm sorry I called you Chuck Man and I put you back in this little coffin thing, but you're too mint. You know?
Gotta be done.
He's gonna turn evil just like Stinky Pete from Toy Story if we keep him in here for too long, no. All right, next up here we have some VHS here. We have Double Trouble and also Mommy Mania. So we have a really, really involved mom, we have a not so involved mom, and then we have one who's kind of in the middle. She just kind of lets them do whatever they want, lets them live their life. It's kind of cool because you get to see the 3 different perspectives of parents.
And look what she's reading.
Yeah, that Lipschitz. You know she got that Lipschitz guide on how to destroy the entire universe and all within it. But it has the orange VHS tape in there, which is crispy. But like I was saying, I think it's interesting though that they do show you the 3 dynamics of different parents there. You have one that's not very involved, like I said, one that's way too involved, and then one that's just a little bit too loose maybe. Which one did you relate to the most? I think my mom was more like Betty, I think, to be honest. Like she just kind of let me, like, you know, I know Parker definitely had kind of like a mixture of these two.
Mine's definitely a mixture of these two.
Yeah.
Kind of like a little too involved sometimes, but then kind of like loose. Yeah.
Yeah, like my mom would just let me pretty much just do, for the most part, whatever, like, you know.
Sometimes she would be like, it should be here, and then sometimes she'd be here.
Yeah. So I think my mom, has a little bit of these two. My mom is always really, really busy, so I think she's like here, and then definitely here majority of the time with me as a kid.
Sorry, Mom. Love you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of how our relationships were with them overall. My mom was a single mom who was busy all the time, but she also wanted me to be able to kind of just have my childhood and was like, you know, very, let me express myself in any way, and there was like no kind of limits on that, which I think is a very Betty mentality.
Yeah.
So we have Tommy Mania right there. This one was owned by a different person, weirdly enough. This one was owned by, I can't even say that. It's almost like it got fixed. It's the orange tape.
Oh, there you go. There's the name on the side right here. However you say that.
It's got an orange VHS tape with a black piece on the outside here, almost like a repair job. I'm not 100% sure why it's like that, but nonetheless, we have Phil and Lil Double Trouble there. I think this one is a duplicate in the collection, so it's okay that it's written on, but this one may be brand new. So either way, let's price them. I'm pretty sure they're about $5 each though. VHSs for Rugrats, most of them are pretty low because they're very, very mass produced. Rugrats VHSs, unless they're sealed, they're usually pretty cheap. So I'm gonna go with $4 each for both of them, a total of $8. We'll move those guys to the side and we'll keep on going to the next item. We added that to our total then. Next up in movies, we have Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey. And also, well, nobody else was in this movie. Jim Carrey. We have the Walmart promotional pin.
Oh my gosh.
For a series for unfortunate events. So I've shown you guys our little collection of Walmart promotional pins. They would give these pins out to Walmart employees to put on their vests. It's literally billboards for the employees walking around to kind of market what they had coming to the electronics section fairly soon. So here's some examples of some of the other ones here. We have the Rugrats movie, we have the Wild Thornberries, and we also have the Spongebob movie. So I mean, that's just, this is where we put a lot of those guys there because I'm working on getting a Walmart vest here eventually. We can put them all on. But we did not have the series of unfortunate events, which is a Nickelodeon movie, believe it or not. And Jim Carrey actually arrived, I think, at the Kids' Choice Awards, the bald head, because of the filming of this movie.
That's so random.
Yeah, so an awesome one. And I'm glad to add this into the collection. I'm gonna go ahead and say $5 for this. I don't really need to look it up. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've seen these in lots for a little bit cheaper, maybe $5 to $10 at the most. Okay, so next item, let's get here. We have a new tin to add to the collection. We have a new Spongebob tin. So you can tell it needs to be cleaned up a little bit. It's got him jellyfishing. They got a little bit of damage here, or maybe something to clean off. And on this side right here, you have them jellyfishing as well. We're always looking for a new tin, a new lunchbox to add to the collection. But it sounds like there's something in it, so let's pop it open. And yes.
It just shakes up these figures.
I didn't know what was in there for sure. We have this little plastic SpongeBob figure, which I am not 100% sure what this came from.
Yeah, but it could fit in with the jellyfishing.
Yeah, over here we have all of our jellyfishing figures that go with the SpongeBob jellyfishing arcade machine. This guy would fit perfect over there. We have this Boo Boo Brown Nose SpongeBob keychain, which I think I might know where this came from.
And he's doing a little salute.
Yeah, the captain salute there. What else do we have in here? Ooh, another Green Label figure. That is so cool. This had to be in like maybe the same set. I don't know. But up there, we have all of our Green Label like random figurines. I can't wait to add these in here. I love this little cute Patrick with the little Krabby Patty. No lettuce, no onions. I'm not getting a salad. I want a burger, SpongeBob. Oh my gosh, and then a Green Label 2004 SpongeBob keychain.
Whoa.
His pants, they're blue and green. But this is licensed. They just messed up on the print on it. You've got Patrick with the blue and green pants, and then SpongeBob's eyes have never looked a lighter blue.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Super cute though. I love this keychain. So you have a keychain in there, and then also this random, I think this came with the game. This is the Battle for Bikini Bottom GameCube poster there.
Oh, there you go, a little salute.
Yeah, literally a little salute right there as well too. So we were able to clean all the little rust off of this guy right here. See if we can get those Boo Boo Browns off of his nose here.
Without breaking the nose.
Without breaking the nose, exactly. Hey, look at how clean that freaking nose came out. There we go, man. He's like brand new now. A whole new life ahead of him. And everybody's judging him for his dirty nose, you know? Get your nose out of this, SpongeBob. He's already been in enough. But he's clean and good to go now. So I don't know. This is one of those things where we can't necessarily look it up. I mean, this tin is probably like $5 to $10. We'll just do a bulk price for it. I'm thinking for everything here, let's just do 20 with the little poster and everything. 20 bucks for everything.
Yeah, why not? That just sounds like a good price.
Okay, so another 20 bucks added on there with all these smaller items here. And I can't wait to put these little figurines on display though. These are perfect.
Especially with like the Green Label stuff in there.
Yeah. All right, keeping it moving here. Next item, let's check it out. We have a ornament here. So a new ornament for the Nickmas tree coming up this year. We have Mr. Squidward here when he was dressed up as Santa in the episode.
I knew you were supposed to have a big one. but that thing's gigantic.
That's so cool. Just like his little friggin' beard.
Yeah, it's like a literally a piece of fabric just kind of placed on there. So you have to be careful.
Yeah,
you got to be careful with that guy. But this year we're gonna be having a new Nickmas tree, an even bigger orange Christmas tree. So we're gonna need some new ornaments for that. He's definitely gonna go on there. SpongeBob catches the Christmas spirit, and you can see on the top here, it was actually, if you could barely see it,
RS. Yeah.
it was sold at Toys R Us.
That's sick.
I don't know what happened to the back here. Like, look at this. It's all scraped up in the back.
It looks like it was like under the shelf.
It looks like it was under the shelf, or they used it as like a brake to stop their car. Like, how did this happen? I don't know, but nonetheless, still a sweet one. We'll go ahead and price him at $10 on him there.
And that's your triple the profit.
Oh, yes! So now we are officially 3 times the value. So we paid $120. Now we are sitting on over $360 of value. And I know that may seem high for some of these guys, but you have to remember, we got a huge chunk of that for some of the rare items, like the Pete and Pete, the Fairly Odd Parents plush, the book plush here, this guy. I mean, a lot of it was just like $10, $15, $20 items just adding up. So all of these little things add up very quickly. And that goes the same too if you're trying to pay for them and collect them like that. That's why I always go for lots. There's a lot of stuff that I miss out on because I can just buy it for the direct price. But I know eventually down the line, you know, I'm very fortunate enough to have this channel and doing these hunts and going out looking for stuff. We have the fan mail video. It may just turn up, so to be able to keep it affordably, I love to get stuff in lots like this. All right, next up here, we have a complete Green Label blister, a new blister to add to our cork boarding. We have a party favorite
those
set.
are so cool.
I know, they're adorable. He's got tell me how that Krabby Patty is more detailed than this Krabby Patty that Patrick has, and it's like half the size, and it's in a party favor figure. Like, look at that Krabby Patty.
So you just got like meat in the buns, and then that was actually got like sesame seeds,
Bro,
lettuce.
that looks like the one they put on the pictures on the outside of the wall of like Burger King.
That's crazy.
That looks so legit. It's got his spatula and his Krusty Krab hat. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. If I went to a birthday party and I had a choice between these, and these,
oh, that all day.
I would pick this 4 times.
Yeah.
I love the Rugrats, but come on, man, it's the sponge. Absolutely unbelievable. Oh, and look at the back. Look at the different ones they have. They have the paddle balls. We don't have those. They have the water games. Don't have those. Pinball games. We don't have those. And bubbles. We don't have any of these 3, dude. Come on. What are we doing? Oh, and that old school logo, dude.
Yeah, that thing is so clean.
Beautiful. We have him on the Nick boat down there. Green Label, the best label. Oh man, that is a beautiful
now
sight.
You can get a real glimpse of how the merch came to be.
Literally. So if you guys want to pick up some merch, you know, this is actually the later iteration where it had the blue insert in the middle here, but the earlier one was all green in the back. So
but the blister and everything,
the blister and the shape and everything, that's where it came from. So definitely pick up your Green Label merch if you guys haven't already. But man, that is a beautiful piece. I don't care if it's $5, $10, $100. That is a grail to me. So these go for about $15, and this guy actually came from another set of 4 of these. So it came with 4 keychains just like this. That's where this came from. That's what I thought it came from. I just didn't know for sure. So 15 on this set here. They're kind of like the ones that you put inside the quarter machine, you know, we talk about?
Yeah, that's the...
But a little better quality.
Yeah, definitely. Because the other ones, they wouldn't have like all the little divots or like the coloring of like all his different...
Yeah, they're a lot more minimalistic. So for those guys right there, 15 bucks added to our price, and another new Green Label item to check off the list, baby.
176 and friggin' 5 cents.
Keep running it up. Keep running it up, okay? All right, next up here, we have a video game. We have the Leapster Spongebob game here. So this is for the Leap Pad, I believe. The Leapster 2 in specific. So this is SpongeBob Saves the Day. SpongeBob, you save every day for me.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you have Patrick here, but this is a very, like, I don't see this image of Patrick used fairly often.
Rubbing his hands.
Yeah, rubbing his grimy hands right there together with one tooth. You can see how you actually play the game there. I'll put a little bit of gameplay footage on screen here.
I love these glasses.
Oh my god, those science glasses, those goggles. And then this one right here, he's like trying to pea shoot plankton, I think, and also some jellyfish. And again, thank you for shopping at Toys R Us.
That's so cool.
But this one's kind of a banger. It's sealed. This is
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, it's a brand new sealed one right there too. So they never even got around to actually playing it. So that one right there, I don't even know. So we'll have to look this one up. I don't even know a range for this. And although it is a sealed video game, you'd think like, oh man, it could go anywhere. Leapfrog games aren't really that pricey. Even sealed like this guy. Not a lot of people are going back trying to play their old Leapfrog games for whatever reason. So I'm gonna go ahead and say we looked it up, and there's some going for even cheaper than dirt. You know, there's actually bags of dirt you can get for you know, a little bit more than that actually. I'm gonna go ahead and go with $5 on screen for this Leapster game.
Hey, literally a open cartridge, a free cartridge.
A loose cartridge is better than a sealed Leapster game. Okay, and then next up we have some small guys here and one more big one left, and it's Nick Jr. surprisingly. So next up we have this little cat dog toy.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
We also have this Ninja Turtles pocket pal of Mikey, and we have a Spongebob Lego minifig.
That's so cute, so tiny.
Yeah, and I think we're getting close to maybe having all of the different SpongeBob Lego minifigs. I know we have the pirate versions of them with the Dutchman ship. I think we have the spaceship ones. I think we just need the regular Patrick and Squidward, and then I think they're luau forms, like the SpongeBob Pineapple Party one they have. I don't know how many Lego figures there are for SpongeBob, but this is a new one to add, and a little tiny one that just, you know, could get lost. So I'm so glad that we got to add him though. So you have SpongeBob, this guy right here. I am very curious. This is for Burger King, but I have all of the Cat Dog Burger King toys, and I don't remember this being part of the set. So this had to have been another set, like a first set or a second set that I just never even received or got. So I'm interested for sure though. I love it though. It's them hanging onto the trash, and as it's driving away, them pulling their way in a little closer to the trash. And the windows have stickers on them, and this kid, you know, this kid is should be rewarded as one of the most legendary kids of all time because all the stickers are on there perfectly. Now that's a good job there. And then the Mikey, unfortunately, his batteries are dead, but what he was is a keychain. You actually put on your keys, and he would actually have different sound effects you could actually play. I don't know what they would have been. If we can find any footage of it in use, we'll put that on screen, but it does not have batteries in it, and we'll probably not take the batteries out. We're probably gonna keep it sealed. That begs that question. Is it worth opening up just to get the batteries out? Who knows, but I'm gonna go ahead and keep it sealed for the time being. So the SpongeBob here, he could go from like 5 to 8, but we're gonna go bottomed up barrel for these prices of $5. This guy as well goes up to like $9, $10, but we're gonna go with the bottom of the barrel, $5 on him. And then this is the same as well, a little higher, but we're gonna go with $5, so $15 for all three here. And we have one more big item out of here, which I'm super pumped about. So let's take a look here.
That'll put us over $400.
So you know how we talk about the wave era of Nickelodeon products, the little orange wave here?
Very iconic on a lot of their products.
Yeah, and it comes on pretty much everything. But we have the Blue's Clues version. Boom!
Whoa.
We have the original. We have a mailbox. It's up there. You can barely see him maybe.
You can see his little face.
Yeah, that one is from Melissa and Doug. It's made out of actual wood. And they have another one that was released recently for Blue's Clue and You. It's a talking mailbox. This is the original one, man. From 2000, from the year 2000. Nickelodeon had not even kind of become a collectible item at that time, but even Rugrats, Ren and Stimpy, Doug, a lot of that stuff was still kept sealed and people collected it because even adults liked those shows. But a lot of the Nick Jr. stuff, because it was literally made for kids, most people, if they bought this, they weren't buying it to keep it sealed in their collection. They were buying it so they could open it up for their kid. So often, a lot of the early Nick Jr. stuff can be pretty rare, and that's no different with this guy right here. So I'm gonna try to look up a price on him, but honestly, I have no clue. This is a true grail to me. This is the original talking mailbox. Like when you wanted the mailbox from Blue's Clues, this was the first one you could possibly get, and it's by Fisher Price too, an iconic brand as well. Unfortunately, due to the fact that it is old, it does not talk anymore, but you would actually pull this little trigger right here to open the mailbox, and that would add his sound effects in for him to start talking. But like I said, because it's a little bit older, he doesn't actually say it anymore. So unfortunately, it seems like there's been an influx of them that have been found. I don't really necessarily know how or where, but maybe they were just like old new stock that was found. So the price has kind of tanked on these guys a lot. They used to be out of the box, without the box, $20 for just the unit. But now, even with the box, that's about 20 bucks. So they've
Kinda crazy.
They've gone down a lot, but that is a super low price compared to majority of old school Blue's Clues merch. So I'd say hop on it now if you guys haven't already, but only $20 for this guy. I think that is super underpriced personally, but I'm not gonna complain because I got it for, you know, next to nothing comparatively to that. I would love to get the other ones in this set too. Tickety, we have Blue and also Periwinkle. I would love to get this whole little setup here, but I'm happy at least here just to have the mailbox. So on that note, what does that bring us to? We have 400?
We are at $416.
Okay, so we made
5 cents.
5 cents. $416.05. We destroyed our total of 120 bucks. If you guys enjoyed this, let me know in the comments down below. What was your favorite item of today? For me, my favorite items of today, I gotta say, are this Tommy Pickles here. I think it's just a super cool display piece. And I gotta say the Nicktoons MLB, just because of the fact that it's like, it comes with those trading cards, and that's created a whole new thing I want to collect. And then some of these party favors here, whether they be the Rugrats ones or the Spongebob ones.
Or that Angelica over there.
Oh, or the, okay, yeah, the Angelica too to complete that setup. It's a tough choice. You guys let me know what was your favorite item of today. What are you going with, Mitchell, for your favorite item?
It's so hard, I don't know. I gotta go with either this, just because of the idea of cards that are in it, or this little Spongebob.
He is very, very cute with his little backpack too. And I love how he just kind of sits like he's chilled there with the backpack. All right, so guys, stay tuned. We're gonna add a couple of these guys to the collection. But before that, you guys know the drill. Scan it. Okay, so I added Tommy up here. We did move some of those Reptar figures down here onto our Reptar row here, I'll call it. So I think he actually fits up there a little bit better. Like I said, a huge stature piece so you can see him even from the filming setup. So we have these little tiny figures like this little Patrick. We're gonna put little Patrick right here. We have this little Patrick, we'll put him right here too. These are all green label figures. And then this is kind of similar to this one. So for right now, we're gonna put these two right here. But I might add him over with our jellyfishing setup though. But right now I wanna keep all of our green label little minifigures over here. I don't think we have any besides like some of the porcelain ones over there by the actual jellyfishing setup. So we'll just keep adding to this little collection up here of these little green label minifigures. I love them so much, and they all have that season 1 and 2 look to them that is just perfect. All right, and our little bookworm Spongebob, he's sitting right here on top of the piggy bank. I don't think there's a better place than for him to go on the Nickelodeon bookshelf somewhere. And Angelica, you guys already know where we put Angelica. Here she goes. You raise me high so I can stand on step ladders or stepdads. I called it a stepdad when I brought it in here on accident. Don't think I'll grab my stepdad. He's gonna lift me up here. I mean, it's step ladders. Anyway, for the SpongeBob party favors, I added on this rod right here. Very similar in size. We have a sizing based system for this, just like we have our library. So this rod is kind of this similar shape and size to the SpongeBob sponge and squirters. So we got that one added right up there. All right, so these guys are going inside of the toy box here. Backyardigans, weird wrinkly SpongeBob. There we go. Timmy put him on top of the Doodlebob pencil. He doesn't really fit in here. We're trying to get a little bit more diversity, as you can see with Arnold here, Angelica. Some more diversity going in this way because this whole side isn't supposed to be just dedicated to SpongeBob. It just kind of happened that way.
Sure.
Maybe. All right, Mitchell, it's that time again where you have to guess which one of these is our loose blister tin.
I want to say it's this one.
Oh, Mitchell, that is so sad.
But I don't know if you'd put figures on it.
Go ahead and grab it. That's sad.
No, it's not. It's this one.
No, you already said it. You already said it. And we're already judging you critically. No.
Yeah,
that is the bag clips.
Yes, I know it's this one.
And that is because it is in this one.
Yeah, I know. I got
right
it.
here. Oh, you know.
I knew my judgment was good after the second.
There it is. I think we still have a little bit of room in here. We could actually make this work. So these are all loose cartridges. It's really these big things here that take up the most space. All these Leap games. If you get just all the Leap games out, honestly, like that's not that bad. Like we have kind of a lot in here.
It's just they're so massive. They just take up everything.
We already have Atlantis, Squarepantis, but you know what? I'm just gonna put 2 in there. We've got Boating Bash. We've got Attack of the Toy Bots. That one right there, Volcano Island, Rocket Power. Okay, so added those guys in there. Organized these guys back in here. We may just have to get a new space for these ones. I don't want to get a new bin just for loose cartridges because like we don't even ever use those ones. And we added a new tin to our SpongeBob tin and lunchbox collection here. A brand new one, which I had to look twice because it looks so similar to a few.
That's what I kept saying. I'm like, oh, it looks like like something we've had before.
But actually, no. I feel like it just has a look that looks very similar to many others, but it is new actually.
The closest one is really this one with the bubble blower.
And the big giant one too is similar in colors too. But this is new. I would love to get some more of these shaped ones here. These are like dome shaped ones. And these little mini ones I love so much too. I want all of them. Really. Okay, so I consolidated a lot of extra space here in the DVDs. There's a lot of DVDs that we didn't actually watch very often that are now in the expanded collection. This setup right here is all Nickelodeon live action movies, except for this one, Wonder Park. Wonder Park is not a live action movie, but that's there for some reason. So for right now, until we decide which of these ones we're gonna use and which ones we're not gonna use, we're gonna go ahead and add Pete and Pete in there, and also Nick Picks 4 and Extravaganza 2. So drop those right in there, and then of course you guys know these are going with our games. Sweet, so these guys are getting added right here with this stack of like other stylistically sized games. No particular order, we're a size-based system in this room. So we have all these set up, and I realized the reason why I never heard of Jet Fusion is I'm also missing the Jet Fusion video game on GBA. So I have every other Jimmy Neutron game sealed on GBA except for this one, so I'll be on the lookout for that one online. I doubt I'll ever find that one, you know, anywhere else, so I'll have to look for it online. So on that note, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you guys smack that like button, subscribe if you're new here, so you guys do not miss the next video coming up. And if you guys want to support the show further, go check out our Patreon, where you can join for as little as $2 a month. You get a link to our Discord where you can hang out and talk with other collectors and supporters of this community, and you get extended versions of this video and every other video that I upload on YouTube. So that link will be down below. Huge shout out to the big Patreons of the month in the Rep Pack royalty. Shout out to Taz Watsky. Shout out to Storm X Quick. Shout out to List of Legends. Shout out to Prismatic Phantom, Yanis Torres, It's Big Little, Kevin Nguyen, Later, A Castle, Real Queen G, Gabriella, and also Don the Whale. Thank you guys so much for making everything that we do here possible. We appreciate you guys and have so much love for everything you guys do. And if you guys want to see us live every single Friday, we are on Whatnot. When you sign up, you get $15 for free when you sign up. And if you don't know what Whatnot is, I always say, think eBay and Twitch just kind of had a baby. That's Whatnot. It's a live streaming website where you can also buy stuff in the live streams. All the stuff that we love to collect. You can get Funko Pops, Pokemon cards, just about anything you can think of, they have it there on Whatnot. So if you haven't already, go sign up. That link will be down there. I'll see you guys in this video right here. And as always, Rep Pack, see you beautiful people in the next one. Adios and bloop.